What up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about watching who you hang with. Now, I got about 3 tales I'm going to tell from back in my day, different situations I got involved in, and the people I was with. They got me basically hemmed up and got me in some sticky situations, right? So the first one I'm going to tell is about a buddy, or a cousin, should I say, that we went to a party back in my day, and we got into, something very, into an unfortunate incident due to my cousin's stupid mistake that he made the week before. Now, I want to touch on this real quick in hopes that someone can relate to this as far as watching who you hang with, because that could be the downfall to a man, right? Besides a woman, is the crowd and the people you keep around you. One of my biggest regrets in life is hanging with a bunch of losers, right? And hey, I was a loser too, but as far as it, as far as that goes, there was some certain people that I shouldn't have had no business hanging with as a youngster, and I hung with them, and thank God they didn't rub off too much on me. But I'm gonna tell you right now, they say you can tell a man's future by the people he hangs with, or something like that. Basically, it's important on watching who you hang with, because they can drag you down, even though, if you know what I'm saying, innocent or not, whatever. If you one's guilty, you all can be guilty, especially in the court of law, right? But anyways, so this first story is with my cousin, right? I'm with a couple of my friends. We go to this party, and we've been to this house a couple times back in my day, hanging with these guys. And that's another thing too. You got to be careful, especially when you're in the street, running around with a bunch of men or a bunch of guys, right? Because there's different cliques and different, people that are just never gonna always mix or mesh together very well. So what happened is, we go to this party. We had been there like probably the week before, and I had forgot about it, right? But the week before, now that I think about it in hindsight, my cousin had basically kind of punked on one of the youngsters that was, there. I don't know if he lived there or stayed there, right? And it so happened when we went to that party that week, the week after, right? Of all weeks, is the next week, we went there, and that kid was there, and he had his big cousins there, and I think they were from another city. And we had seen them before too, but little did we know we were basically in a trap. Now, this is a messed up story, because I remember clearly the sounds. We'll talk about that in a minute. But we're there chilling, right? And me, I was doing my street stuff, whatever, on the phone, handling business. A young kid, dumb but lost in the street. What can I say? And I'm there on the bed chilling, and we're on there, drinking or whatever. And all of a sudden, the one of the biggest guy, probably their leader, he walks in there, and let me get a drink. Excuse me. He walks in, right? And we did not, expect this, of course. And I was with my friend Johnny Red, right? That was my the big homie, I guess, and with my cousin. And all of a sudden, they just start rushing us, right? And we're in a little room, and they start just dealing Johnny Red. He's the biggest one out of all of us, and they're getting on my cousin. And it so happened, right, out of all places, I got stuck. I always tell my wife this story. I got stuck in between the wall and the bed. I don't know how it happened. It's probably a good thing it happened like that, but I don't know if I was stuck backwards or what, but I was wedged in between the wall and the bed, and I was a non-factor. I mean, they probably, kind of even forgot about me. They were beating up my cousin and my friend Johnny Red bad, and I don't know if it was a girl that I was talking to there, or the one of the guys that I was kind of cool with. They were kind of like holding me down, and I could hear them tell me, just stay here, just stay down. You know what I'm saying? Even though, they were beating us up, they're still pretty cool with me, as far as, like, just, I guess, kind of keep me out of it, right? And then they were just pushing me down, and I could not move. I was stuck. I think I want to say I was, like this, could not move at all. So anyways, the sound, I was just listening to, there's a sound when the fist connects with the face. A lot of us have heard it before, and especially when you hear it up close, in the close proximity, in a little room, it's pretty bad. And listening to my friend Johnny Red just getting beat to a pulp, hearing that sound, it was sickening, and I felt bad for my buddy, and he really didn't have nothing to do with this. And so they're in there, they're fighting, they're beating us up. Really, they're beating up my friend and my cousin. My cousin's throwing them too. He's pretty good at fighting, but it was just too many of them. They rushed us and they really caught us, off guard. And when I finally got out of that, I lost my whole phone. We're in there, and we finally were able to get out the room and get out. And man, my friend Johnny Red was beat up bad. I want to talk more about him. Later on. He's in prison right now, but he showed me a lot of things, good and bad. But I digress. So they beat us up, and come to find out, the reason was because my cousin had punked on a younger kid. He's probably around our age, probably a little bit younger. Not saying he was a kid, but we were all kids, kind of. And he had punked on them the week before. So we ended up coming basically to a trap. And they got us pretty good, right? Again, thank God I really didn't even get hurt at all, because, like I said, I was just in between the wall and the bed. And I could not move. I couldn't move whatsoever. And I felt bad for my buddy Johnny Red. We came back the next day. Of course, they weren't there. And once my people found out about it, you know how it goes, right? But nothing really turned out about it. Nothing turned out from that about it. We never could catch them again, and that one, just went along. Another one is my cousin. I want to tell this one about when we were in the North Ranch in Odessa, Texas. They have the South Ranch and the North Ranch, right? And I have cousins from both sides. And what happened there is, I really didn't know about this one. We're there, and we go to drink with my cousin, and little did we know, right? Well, we're there posted up. Let me just tell it like this. We're posted up, and we're just drinking. And back in the day, y'all, daytime drinking. Youngsters in the street, whatever, ganged out, daytime drinking. I don't even know what day of the week it was. We were in North Ranch, chilling with my cousin. We hardly ever seen him that much, but we're there, and all of a sudden, some trucks just pull up on us right there. We're like, what the heck? And these guys just get out on a mission, and they caught us by surprise, too. They got out and they just started whooping up my cousin. He was actually out back there taking a leak, and it's kind of funny now. Think about it. My cousin's dead now, but they're just sticking him, boom, 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 and he's just getting stuck. He's holding a beer, a tall boy, and taking a leak and getting stuck left and right, and he never drops a beer. And anyways, so they're sticking them. They start jumping them. They start jumping us. They jump, another guy with us pretty bad, and me too. They actually, I forgot about this. They hit me in the head with a bottle. They hit me in the head with the beer bottle. Right here, I got a scar. It's still here, big old scar. It never really healed that good. And what happened, I pulled out a blade. I pulled out a blade on him. It's a box cutter. I used to carry box cutters on me, all kinds of weapons, whatever. But I pulled the blade out. He got a knife. He grabbed me by my jacket, swung me around. And I think before that or after, one of the two, he hit me in the head with the beer bottle, right? And it didn't bust. And I bled profusely. I bled a lot. Shout out to my cousin Lisa. She basically stitched me up, which I didn't get stitches. She just put a towel on me when I got to the apartment and helped me out. And that was it. I never went to the hospital. Had a big old gash, and I was just pouring out blood out of my head. But all of us, we kind of got the bad end of it. In the street, sometimes, you're not always gonna win, and it is what it is. I guess as long as you don't get beat down too bad, you live to fight another day, and it happened to us. They jumped us pretty good, and we held our own too. But at the same time, when you're kicking back and you're not expecting this, your guard's down, and then these guys pull up and they're on go mode. You know what I mean? Like, man, they really caught us off guard because we were just chilling, kicking back, and like I said, my cousin got beat down, and this is the reason why. The day or two before then, he had, my friends had that kind of history of doing this, but he had punked on somebody's younger cousin or something. He'd done something to somebody's cousin, a male, and they came back for vengeance, and they didn't even know us. We just happened to be in the North Ranch, and we got hemmed up. So that story too. I got a couple more. I can keep going, but the next one I'll tell will be about someone that I should have kicked out the clique a long time ago. I'm not going to say his name, but due to his brother's status, he was allowed to hang with us, just due off of, the reputation of his bigger brother. And I never knew it, but this dude was always a snake. And when I found out, I was dumbfounded, right? Because this was like the road dog. This was the, my right-hand man for the most part, tight with all of us. And the girls told me, it's kind of interesting when you have, girlfriends, around that hang or whatever, back, especially in that time. But they're the ones that told me, hey, this guy's always talking bad about you. I guess basically he was just jealous of me, to be really honest. I mean, what else could it be, right? That's my friend, my good little friend. And I tripped out when they told me, man, he's always talking crap about you. You didn't know that? I'm like, no, I did not know that. So they told me that. And it was very shocking. So what happened with this person is this guy went and busted somebody's windows on a car right down the street in my neighborhood. And these are the kind of things he would do, right? He was a knucklehead doing things that we did not, sanction, even though we were, street dudes or whatever, we had some kind of, morality, somewhat respect and honor at that time, right? And going and doing stupid stuff like that was uncalled for, unnecessary, and we did not like that kind of stuff. And finally, we had to, kick him out the clique for, doing stupid things that brought too much heat and attention to us. But anyways, he broke these people's windows, and now that in hindsight, they told me that the people that did it ran towards my house. So there was a rumor going around that I had broke these windows. And I had found out that he had did it. And that was basically the last straw. And what I did in my time, right? Excuse me, y'all. Back in my day, we would pull up to your house. We wouldn't beat around the bush. There was no social media. We would pull up. That's all there was to it. They pulled up on us. We pull up on them. It's just how it was back in my day. We pulled up to the house where they broke the windows of the car. And there were the people in the front yard, talking crap to me. And I straight told him, my big brother, I said, hey, I didn't break your windows. And at that time, I don't know for sure if I knew that guy had did it, but I told him straight up, I know y'all are saying I broke your windows. I did not do it. And I'm here to clear my name. And they're like, man, we saw you. You ran towards your house. It was you. And you know what I did? I told him, how did I bust your windows? How could I have done that? How could you have seen me if it wasn't me? I told him like that, y'all. And it kind of sounds dumb, me saying it, or maybe profound. I don't know. But it's like when I said that, it's like everybody, like, it clicked in their brain. Like, how could he say this unless he's, not lying? I said that. How did you see me do it? How do you know that I did it and you saw me if it wasn't me? That's what I said. And right there, they believed me. And they said, all right, we believe in you. I said, I'm not lying to you. I didn't do it. We put two to two together, found out it was a little homie. We pulled up to, Weatherford Street. That's where we used to be on, my cousin. And he's in there, bandanaed up. We all were. And I walk in and I tell him straight up, get the hell out of here. You can never come around us. And back in my day, maybe I'll even touch on that too, y'all. I'm not gonna say I was kind of a leader. I kind of was. We didn't really have a leader, but you know what I'm saying? I had the money and I had the weapons or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I don't want to talk too much about that. I had a little bit of power, right, in my little circle. And I told him straight up, get out of here. You were never allowed to be around us. Get out of here. He was pissed and he left. And he never hung with us from that point on. And it really caused a lot of problems, later on in life, throughout my life and throughout, our days in the street, because, it's like a woman scorned, right? When you kick somebody out like that, they are pissed for a long time. But that's the point to my story, is watch who you have around you. Now, I'm talking about the street stuff, y'all, because to be honest, this is just, life stories that I have here. And I want to document this, to be honest. It's historical, in my opinion. It's my YouTube channel. I do what I want. But the moral of the story is, for anybody that's listening out there that's still in the street, or for anybody really, but particularly for anybody in the street out there, watch your people. Even if they have good intentions, who knows? They're probably a mush. They're probably always getting involved in stuff they shouldn't be involved in. You know what I mean? Like, if anything, you got to keep your circle very small and trust very few people. Now, to this day, I've cut so many people off out of my life. That's a whole other video topic. That my circle is so small. That's it. I can't really cut nobody else off at this point. I've cut so many people off that it's only a select few family and friends that I can call right now that will help me full throttle, and same here. with anything that I need, financial, any kind of support, vice versa, right? Because basically my circle has been cut to the max, family and friends. Amen. So I just want to tell a quick story about these 3 situations where I didn't have nothing to do with a lot of this stuff. Some I kind of did, but other people's actions and mistakes I had to end up paying for at some point. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. God bless you. You're an American, you're a patriot, you got grit. Act like it. I'm out.